The world of LoL is filled with adventures, laughs, and battles that could bring hours of entertainment. After having you feel fun, you may want to buy some Z tokens to enhance your experience and to support the company that develops the game. Easy said and done, right? You got your money and excited to spend, but when you go and open up the swap page to buy some Z tokens, you notice that every Z token pack comes with a bonus item. It's hard to pick which one you want, and with this video, I'll be going over my own personal recommendation of Z token bonus items to pick. Hello Masters, I'm your personal AQ and I'm here to give you my own personal opinion and thoughts on what Z token bonus items to get at the end of the year of 2023. Be warned, dear Masters, that this list may be outdated in the future. But if it's early or mid-2024, this list may be accurate and more items may enter in the future. Now, I don't want to waste too much of Master's time, so if you want a quick glance of my recommended items, the list is on the screen here. But if you want to know why I recommend each item, please stick around to watch, dear Masters. The 2500 Toki package has very few choices, but those few choices rarely compared to the infamous Zealous Rat. The Zealous Rat is an amazing light elemental weapon that can change from melee, range, and magic by clicking on the weapon itself. The main gimmick, however, is the bonus the weapon itself gives. The Zealous weapon's flavor effect is that while you take approximately 10% more damage, you deal 50% more damage yourself, but that is all. Depending on what mode the Zealous weapon is, it can modify either Lucky Strike chance, Lucky Strike damage, or both. During melee mode, you get 1.5 times Lucky Strike damage, allowing to inflict greater critical damage. During range mode, you can get the opposite. You get 1.5 times Lucky Strike critical chance, allowing the frequency of critical hits to occur. Then finally, during the magic weapon form, you gain a little bit of everything. You will deal 1.2 times critical strike chance and 1.2 times critical strike damage, allowing a small increase in both critical hit chance and critical hit damage. This modification even persists with Infusion, allowing this weapon to deal its increased damage and Lucky Strike chance with the infused element. At a 2500 2K package price point, this is a great bargain for any adventurers that dabbles in the luck stat. The 7500 2K packet is actually the section of this list that contains the most items. This mid-part package contains many useful spells and items to ease an aspiring guardian or adventurer's life. Starting with the most basic recommendation, the boss spells. These spells starting at level 55 grants a massive stat boost to either strength, intelligence, or charisma stat for 3 turns. At level 150, this spell gives a huge bonus of 105. Since this is a quick cast spell, it can be cast at any time. Multiple casting increases duration, allowing one to stack as much as they want in one turn. The 105 stats gained from casting the spells is approximately 10% more damage and 16 bonus to hit. The 16 to bonus to hit is extremely important because it allows you to use things like Crackmahorn, which gives Berserker with almost no penalty at all. The next one is a personal favorite of mine, the infamous Cake Shield. Cake comes in different flavors: Laser for darkness, strawberry for light, orange for fire, and blueberry for water. All Cake Shield function off a charge system, and with a Cake Shield gains 1 charge every turn it is equipped. You can also choose to sacrifice a turn to gain 20 charges. Every Cake Shield can only hold a maximum of 112 charges. cake shield charges carry between battles and only reset upon logging out of your character. It is also important to note that each cake shield holds its own separate charges, so each cake shield has to be charged individually. Every cake shield, with the exception of Legion, has the same function, the difference being the elements. With that said, let's start with the orange, strawberry, and blueberry shield cake. The orange, strawberry, and blueberry cake shield have the same identical function, with the exception being the elements. They all share the same function listed in this list and consume the same amount of charges, the only difference being the elements. I will show you how the menu looks like in-game. Each cake shield, once it has enough charges, can be consumed by clicking it in battle. It will bring up a menu in which you can select 5 different effects. The final option, Bake, being the option to sacrifice a turn to gain 20 charges. The first option gives a flat 51 damage reduction for 5 cake charges. The second option gives a shield that gives an 82% elemental witcher shield that matches the cake's element for 5 charges. The third option gives you the ability to imbue the cake shield's element into your weapon, in this case fire, overriding the existing element on your weapon. The fourth weapon is a huge charisma boost, granting you 160 charisma at level 150 for 10 charges. This option gives you a 5 times hypercritical rate or 5 times critical chance for 10 charges. And finally, you can use the last option, Celebrity, that gives you a guaranteed 2 turns upon being used. This is the most expensive, costing you 28 charges. But unlike regular Celebrity, this is special because there is no saving throw the monster has to make. It is a guaranteed Celebrity. And finally, we get to the legendary Legion Cake Shield. It functions identically to the other Cake Shield, with the exception that the first 2 option is an accuracy boost and a darkness 11. The accuracy gives roughly 12.75 bonus to hit, enabling you to hit the enemy with better accuracy. The darkness empowerment gives a 25% darkness empowerment, allowing your dark spells and skills to hit harder. It is also recommended that if you were to buy any cake shield, the Legion cake should be your first option. The accuracy and darkness element that the cake shield provide is a great boon to any player's inventory. In the final 7,500 token package recommendation, the cake pets. The cake pet functions very similar to the cake shield and can work together with the shield. It has a toggle where it can collect charges every turn or to attack with another attacks. Unlike the cake shield, the cake pet does not need the enemies to be 50 levels to gain charges. However, the maximum amount of charges the cake pet is 100. And just like the cake shield, the cake pet will hold its charges between battles and will not disappear until the player logs out. A special ability is shown here, and will explain what they do in-game. By clicking on your pet, you can open a menu to consume the charges that it has accumulated. The first option is a healing spell in which your pet will heal you. And the second option is blocking, which will increase your dodge rate by 2 points. The third option is a shield in which the pet will shield you from dark attacks. The fourth and fifth option are strength and int, which will boost your strength and int stat depending on your charisma stats. And finally, Celebrity here will give you double turns, but unlike the cake shield, the enemies can resist it, so keep that in mind. We'll finally undo the 12,500 token package suggestion. While there are many items and pets in this section, the ones that stand out the most are the compression spells. This spell comes with its own combination form and comes in both MP and SP variety. The compressor spell comes with 2 element heats, which was listed in the package introduction. That means that when you cast the spell, the damage dealt will be which element the enemy is weak to. For example, Creation Breath does light and earth damage. If the enemy is weaker to light, it will deal light damage, and vice versa. The base spell can be modified into 3 different pieces. efficient, standard, and HP cost. Efficient base, which causes less MP to cast, deals slightly less damage. The standard base, which does the regular damage of the spell, and HP cost, which will drain some of your HP to boost the spell damage by up to 50% more damage. Aside from the baseline, each spell can be cast by using either MP or SP. MP cost will always go by your intelligence stat. SP cost, however, will use the strength stat if your held weapon is melee, or dexterity stat if you're using a ranged weapon. If you want to cover all 8 elements in 4 spell slots, Destruction Burst, which can be earned in-game, Sorcerer's Boot, Curation Burst, and Auto Tornado spells will cover all 8 elements in 4 spell slots. To modify your spells, click on Value and Upgrades over here. From here, select Reward Shop. Here you select spells, and select the spells that you want to modify. From here, you can pick which one you want, from efficient to standard to HP cost, either SP or MP cost. This costs no go to modify, so select which one you want and be free to use them. Now masters, we're gonna be talking about spells if you don't showcase them. So for the next few minutes, I'll be showcasing the compression spells. I want to thank fellow YouTubers and Adventure Quest players who have contributed some clips for the short spell montage. The YouTube channel, names, and contribution will be listed in the description below. Without further ado, please enjoy. Well, matches, I hope you enjoyed that sword spell showcase montage. From here on out, the package will be considered rare totally, a token package from 20,000 to 50,000 tokens. If you wish to stop here, you can, but if you're interested in giving big support for the game and deciding which package item to pick, please continue watching. The 20,000 token package item comes with a whole equipment arsenal. The normally come with a weapon and either armor, shield, or both. The 3 listed here are my top 3 recommended package items to purchase. I will give a warning though. While these packages are strong and worth the price tag, they are not required to defeat the hardest bosses in game. These package items, unlike the previous package tiers, are built around certain niche playstyles. If you're struggling in game to defeat hard bosses, these packages won't be your band-aids to defeat those bosses. However, if you're looking to try out a new playstyle and enjoy new spells and new ways to play the game, these packages will be right up your alley. The first package to review is the Phaser Devouring Scythe, which is based on the Galleon. The weapon itself is a 10-part weapon that can switch between melee, range, and magic by clicking on the handle of the weapon. It has a special which will occur at a 10% rate that will weaken the enemy to the cold status effect, allowing easy application of the status effect. What is the code? Will be explained later since it's a key mechanic to the armor. To equip the armor, you click on the weapon's blade. It will temporarily equip you with the armor. The Galleon's Rigid Hatred. The armor is a temporary armor and does not take up any of the existing armor slots. This is an ice elemental full offense lead armor with its own set of skills, which will be discussed later. By clicking on the handle of the weapon, you can switch between melee, range, and magic form. However, clicking on the weapon itself will equip you temporarily with the Galleon's Hatred, which is a fully offensive ice armor. The Galleon's armor has 3 effects. The first effect is that by lowering your defense by 3 points, it will reduce any incoming harm elemental damage to you by 50%. The first skill, Cold Blast, is an ice spell type skill. The skill follows your weapon damage type, so if you use a melee weapon, it'll deal melee damage. Ranged weapon, range damage, and magic weapon means magic damage. The skill itself deals roughly 50% less damage, but it will attempt to apply the cold status effect to the enemy. The success is determined between your main stack and luck versus the enemy's charisma and luck stats. What is the code? The code is a status debuff that lowers the enemy's bonus to hit or accuracy while also lowering the defense. This effect can stack multiple times and the enemy can make a save every turn to remove this effect. The second skill, Cold Collapse, is an ice-based weapon skill that, like Cold Blast, follows the weapon type of your currently equipped weapon. There's a 2-hit Nick spell that will consume all cold stacks on the enemy to deal massive damage. The more potent the cold is on the enemy, the more damage this will deal. The first skill, Cold Blast, will attempt to apply the cold status effect on the enemy. The cold status effect lowers the enemy's accuracy and defense. Multiple use of the Cold Blast will increase the effectiveness of the cold status effect, decreasing the enemy's accuracy and defense even further. The second skill, Cold Collapse, is your weapon-based nuke skill. It will consume the cold status on your enemy, increasing its damage based on how strong the cold status effect is on the enemy. The more you stack the code, the stronger this new skill will be. The skill's entropy also known as next. The weapon itself is a 0-part weapon that can switch between melee, range, and magic by clicking on the handle. However, it is a 100-part weapon by switching to the bow. The weapon has 2 special effects. The first option, Transform, is similar to the Devouring Scythe, allowing you to equip the Entropy Skirt's form Death Armor. Like Devouring Scythe, This armor has its own skills and abilities, which will be discussed later. The second skill is called Red Crush. The skill deals 2 hits but takes a damage penalty of 50%. Why? It's because of special effect. When you use the weapon skill, depending on how many cold stacks the enemy has, will boost your void, harm, and energy damage for 2 turns. At 0 cold stacks, the boost is only 1.4 times boost. However, with more stacks of the code on the enemy, this power can max out at a huge 2.5 times damage bonus. Do you know that using this skill does not consume any code stacks on the enemy? It made it sucks to see how strong the code is on the enemy to see how much boost it will give you. The shield itself has a simple but effective bonus. It gives a plus 20 potency to apply the code status, making it much easier to land. This shield will also affect the balance size of the code status chance, giving it great synergy between the 2 packages. To select the zero weapon or the devouring sight, clicking on the handle will change it between melee, range, and magic form. By clicking on the weapon itself, however, you are presented with 2 choices. The first choice will transform you into Entropy himself, while the second option, Red Crush, will give you the empowerment that will boost the void, energy, and harm damage you deal to the enemy. The Entropy's curse form, just like the Devouring Sight, has its own special abilities and skills. First, it is a full offense lean energy armor and comes with these skills. We'll go over the first skill first. Breath Attack. Breath Attack is a weapon skill that deals 4 hits and has a damage penalty of 28%. Why? Because just like the Devouring Sight, it applies its own version of the code called Overwhelming Wrath. The hits do not need to connect to apply, but the more hits that land, the greater the chance to land the gold status effect is. The chance to apply is the player's main stat and luck versus the watcher's charisma and luck. However, this version of the code is special in that once it is applied, the effect is permanent. On successful application, it reduces the enemy's accuracy and defense by 6 points. Each successful use of the breath attack lowers this by 6 more points to a maximum of minus 30 accuracy and defense. At 30 accuracy and defense loss on the enemy, the breath loses its damage penalty. Instead of dealing energy damage, it will now deal 2 void damage, increasing its damage by a lot. It takes roughly 5 turns or 3 turns of celerity to reach the minus 30 to deal 2 void damage. This skill does not consume the code stats, so once you reach the negative 30 for the special effect to trigger, it's pretty much permanent until the end of battle. It does take a while to build enough code stats to deal true void damage, but it is one of the few sources of true void damage that the player has access to. Finally, we can go over Entropy's curse form's last 2 skills. Meteor Strike is a weapon-based 2-hit nuke skill that deals more damage depending on how much potency the enemy has with the code status. The higher the potency, the more damage this skill will do. And finally, the third skill is a toggle called On With a Grab that you can turn on and off. When it is on, It gives you Berserk status, which lowers your accuracy by 15 points, but increases your damage by 21%. In addition, with the toggles on, you gain 6 defense points, and at the end of your enemy's turn, it will do a small amount of harm damage. With enough code stacks and turning on unbeaten wrath for the Berserk toggles, you can deal amazing damage with Meteor Strike. This last package is my most favorite out of the 20,000 package bonus items, and arguably the best out of all the three. Born for Celestial Arsenal. The weapon itself, just like the previous weapons, can change between melee, range, and magic by clicking on the handle. Because the element of this weapon is harm, it only does 90% damage due to being a universal useful element. The weapon has a special quick cast ability by clicking on the blade. The blade will imbue any weapon skill or attacks with a random element per hit. Because the element is random, it will deal a bonus of 20% damage to compensate. When the hits land, it will roll a player main stack and luck versus the monster's endurance and luck to see if a random elemental poison. This random elemental poison will heal the player based on the damage dealt at the end of the monster's round. Since this is a weapon imbue, you do not need to use the 1-point sword once you use the quick cast. You can just switch to a stronger weapon after the cast. Because this is an imbue, it will work even with weapon-based armor skill, and it is encouraged for you to do so in order to get a stronger poison. Once you click on the Silencio one-point blade to apply the 1-point poison, you can choose to another weapon and use it without any worries at all. Now this is what makes the Wood for Celestial Arsenal the great package it is. The Wood for Celestial Egg Shield. While this shield can protect against all elements, it is only at half effectiveness. Its defense is mediocre, but it has a special cast ability that can be used by clicking on the shield. It consumes up to 154% melee worth of poison to be sent at 2 void damage for 1 turn. When this imbue happens, the shield is blocked and cannot be changed. If you use a void point sword with it when you imbue, the cost drops to 139% melee worth of poison, but the void points will be locked together with the shield. You can always tell you have enough poison to consume when the shield is glowing and its eyes are open. If the eyes is closed and not glowing, it means there is enough poison on the enemy to consume. Generally, the void point sword's poison application is enough for the shield to imbue, but other sources of poison, thus a snake master strike, will also apply enough poison for the shield to consume. Upon a successful attack, there was a chance to apply void poison to the enemy. Play your main stack and luck versus the monster's endurance and luck determine success. If successful, at the end of the monster's turn, the player will be hit by the damage dealt. Because this is an imbue, you can switch to any armor and use its weapon-based skills and attacks to deal hefty damage. And because this is true void damage, it does quite a massive amount of damage. Because of how special the weapon is, I will be showcasing a few clips of the void imbue at work, so please enjoy. Welcome back, Masters! I hope you enjoyed the short list of what was Celestial package. The next package and last on this list is the 50,000 package, the Doomlight series. Unfortunately, I'm not too well versed on this excellent armor that focuses on backlash. However, I'll explain the basic functions of the set and showcase some clips that some Adventure Quest players have contributed. Backlash. Backlash is anytime the enemy hits you and they hurt themselves. This whole playstyle revolves around the monster hurting themselves more than they hurt you. Doomlight series armor exploits this by ensuring that each time the enemy hits you, they will feel more pain to themselves than to you. While the weapon itself isn't anything special, the armor itself is really ramps up. The armor has two toggles. Doomlight Backlash pays SP every turn for a 20% backlash effect when hit. The second toggle, Aura of Retribution, resistance, increasing all backlash effects by 25%. The shield itself pays 6 MIM or defense for 40% backlash effect. This may seem bad, but the goal backlash is to return damage. The Mass Effect gives a plus 10 backlash potence that can be tripled to plus 30 if you're using the same element Doomlight. It is possible with enough backlash pets, gas, and items combined with Doomlight to return double, triple, or more damage back to the enemy than what is dealt to you. I personally don't have any armor of this making this video, but fellow Adventure Quest players have said and provided some blister showcase. The names and contributions will be linked in the description below. Now without further ado, please enjoy this backlash montage. Welcome back, Bastards! I hope you enjoyed the Doomlight montage. And with that, we are finally done. From Zillet all the way to Doomlight. I hope this list and personal recommendation was helpful to you. I would like to thank you once again to my friends who helped contribute clips, tips, and advice on making this video possible. Without the knowledge and advice, it would have been impossible for me to make this. And finally, I would like to thank you, my dear masters, for taking time out of the way to come watch this video. Whether you made it to the end or not, I'm still very grateful. I hope to see you in the next video. Take care!